Hi everyone, today is all about your posture. So I have a handful of exercises for you. They are corrective posture exercises, core stability exercises, and chest opening. And all of this is to counter all the time we spend in front of our screens and in a very forward-facing culture that we are. So let's open it up. This is something you can do every day if you want to, but I encourage you to do it a few times a week. We're going to start on our tummies all the way down. So find your way onto your mat. Always take care of your body and listen to the messages it sends you. If something doesn't feel right, leave it out or modify. So if you have any low back stuff or SI stuff, go ahead and keep your legs about shoulder distance apart. Otherwise, bring your legs together and everybody pull your belly up and in. I really want your core to start this. We do tend to squeeze the glutes a lot to protect our back, but let's start it with the core, with the belly, navel pulling in. So hands next to you, right underneath your shoulders and chest. Now imagine, just push your hands into the floor. Imagine you're cracking a walnut in your shoulder blades. So you should already have some action be going on in your upper back. My shoulders are opening up and stretching my chest dynamically. So I'm using my muscles to open up my chest. Push your hands into the floor and crack that walnut in your shoulder blades. Feel what's going on there. Now just hover the hands up off the mat. Keep that chest lifted. As you can see, I'm not coming up super high because that would require me pushing my abdominal muscles into the floor, and I don't want to do that. I want to keep them lifted. So lift the chest. Squeeze, crack the walnut in the shoulder blades. Hold, open, breathe, and lower down. Take a second. So you can feel immediately when you lower, those shoulders start to round forward, right? So bring them back again right away. Navel in. This time come up. And remember, the neck is part of the spine, so we're not cranking our head back. We're just gently looking slightly down and forward. Hover the hands. Now, take the arms a little bit away from you, so the elbows are in line with your shoulders. Keep your hands in line with your elbows and then squeeze the shoulders back and just bring them right back forward to that starting position. Squeeze back, crack the walnut, elbows in line with shoulders. So slide your hands along the top of a countertop. So you're not dropping your hands down, and squeeze those back muscles. Open the chest and squeeze and crack the walnut, lift, tummy in. And squeeze and forward and squeeze and forward. Squeeze and hold, squeeze and lower down. You can turn your head to one side to take a break or just rest your forehead on the mat for a moment now. And once again, if you need to separate your legs a little for your back, that's fine. Otherwise, legs together, tummy in. Take your hands in line with your shoulders and elbows so you're not all the way in here. And we're simply going to lift everything up in one piece. Upper body lifts. Just touch down. No resting. Just touch. Up. Maybe don't even touch all the way. Don't let those shoulders round forward. Up and down. Tummy in. Up. Open the chest. And up and down. And up and down. Try not to push those abdominal muscles into the floor. Don't worry about height. Squeeze. And down, two more, squeeze, and down one more, squeeze, hold, open the chest, open, squeeze those elbows down now, and lower down. So just for a moment, make a little pillow out of your hands for your forehead, and just breathe. Just take a second to let that go. Now, we're going to take the hands by the shoulders again, lift up slightly, lift the hands, and you're going to reach the arms forward by the ears and back down. So start to stretch the arms forward and then pull your elbows back and down like you're pulling a lat pull down bar, but without gripping, straight fingers. Now I don't straighten my arms all the way because if I did, my shoulders would hunch up by my ears. And that's not what I'm doing. I'm just extending my arms much farther than I did the first time where we just stayed in line with our shoulders. Reach, squeeze back and open the chest and reach, squeeze back. And reach, squeeze back, just two more, and squeeze, one more, squeeze, and lower. This time Press your hands into the floor, push up onto your knees, and then sit back onto your heels and sit up and just release those shoulders for a moment. Little circles, joint mobility, shake that out, whatever you need to do. And then we're going to take some variation on a push-up. Now, we're going to come onto our knees all together to start. Eventually, if you want to go into a plank, you can. But the idea here is to not be back in the middle of your knee, but really towards the front of that knee, almost lower the lowest part of your thigh. Pull the tummy in. Careful of this overarched position, just neutral spine. And the idea is to send the chest and heart forward, 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 not down. So slowly lower and exhale, slowly lift. Now we're all on our knees to start. Keep the chest open and lower slow. And lift. So nothing's collapsing in the shoulder girdle or in the spine. And use your belly to help you press up. Use your belly and down and up. Now, you can continue like that or come to a plank. I like to separate my feet a little bit and bend, chest forward and up, tummy in, bend. Now, a happy medium between a full plank push-up and a knee push-up is to lower down but go all the way and then press back up onto your knees. It's just a happy medium. Either way, you're maintaining your alignment. 2 more. Your push-ups. You can stay on your knees the whole time. And again, sit back on the heels, sit up, circle the shoulders. And now we're all going to come to a plank. So for more stability, you can certainly make the legs a little wider, but first things first, find scapula pulling down, tummy in. Now the goal is to keep the hips square. That's core stability. You're going to reach your left arm forward if you can, and then put it down, and then alternate. Now, if you can't balance very well there, or if it's challenging for you today, just touch your hand forward. Just touch your hand forward. We're trying not to rock side to side. It's hard. It's challenging, but that's why we learn to create balance. We create it. We don't find it. We create it. Tummy in, reach. And reach. One more each side. Reach. And reach. And put it down. And now come up to a downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lift the hips up, up, up. And we're just going to take this low back decompressor, core stability strength, by coming up onto 10 toes, up onto your metatarsals. Lift the hips high and take some flexion at your knees and hips. So bend the knees and hips, but don't drop your heels and keep your hips lifting up, up, up. Now with your hands, push into the mat like you're pulling the mat, you're pressing the mat forward, and push into your feet like you're pressing the mat back, as if you're tearing the mat in two with nothing moving except on the inside. So push, 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 tummy in, 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 and then slowly straighten the legs. Start to walk your hands back towards your feet in a forward fold, soft knees. Let your head go for a moment. And then we're going to roll up and then we're going to come back down and I'm going to explain why. So first just bend your knees and roll up. And we're going to take this chest stretch in a forward fold. But starting it here is a little more user-friendly than starting from the forward fold and trying to get it. So you're going to just start by clasping your hands behind your back. And first things first, without sticking your rib cage out, open your chest and crack the walnut in your shoulder blades. Crack that walnut. Soften your knees and fold over and let your fists fall towards the floor. Let gravity do its thing. Breathe into your chest. So we're not locking out the knees or sinking back into our heels. We want to protect the knees and lower back. Maybe shake your head no. Now without snapping, slowly release the hands. Bend the knees, roll up one vertebrae at a time. One more time, but this time, clasp your hands the awkward way. Flip your pinky on the other side. So imagine you're holding someone else's hand. It'll feel awkward. So open up and then fold forward. Let it stretch, stretch, stretch. Breathe deep. Let your head be heavy. And then without snapping, let the hands go. Bend your knees, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Come to standing and just stand strong. Circle the shoulders around front to back and then back to front. And then just a big arm circle with the legs out, big arms up. And open like we're snow angeling the arms. Imagine the backs of your palms on the snow. And up. And release. And hopefully those worked for you. You feel more open. You can carry on with the rest of your day. Remind yourself when you're sitting at your desk to take a few of those opening exercises. And again, you can return to this every day, but I would urge you to do it a few times a week. Thanks, you guys, and I'll see you next time on the mat.